Well, hello once again, farming friends. Welcome back to another edition of Farming Simulator 2015 with me, your old buddy, Mr. Moose. We're back on our farm here at Manchester with the Soul Mod running for us, and we just finished up harvesting our sugar beets over in field number 6. So, what are we going to do today? I had planned on harvesting potatoes, but I ran into a little snafu today. In that the potatoes are not ready to harvest. Now, they were planted the same time as everything else, but I guess it takes an additional growth stage for the potatoes, so we're not going to be able to harvest those today. We're going to have to wait until tomorrow, seeing as we are on the Soul Mod and all the growth stages trigger at midnight. So even if I fast forward time, we're not going to be able to get the growth stage up to where we can harvest today. So rather than push on forward and start a new day, there are some things I can take care of on today's cycle, so I am going to go ahead and do a little bit of work before we move forward. As to the fence, I have not done anything with them. As you can see, I've organized things a little bit. We're going to give them another day or two and see what happens with them. Last night I made a slight adjustment to the XML script for the 1050s. Jacques, and I can't pronounce your last name. If I did, I'm sure I would butcher it. But Jacques sent me a link to American Eagle's modding, where they talked about John Deere's having wheel twitch and doing the exact same thing that the fence were doing. And basically the solution that someone had come up with was changing the mass of the tire weight, or the tire mass. And so to, try whatever I can try to get it to work, I did go into the zip folder, opened it up, found the vehicles XML file, and went through to where it talked about the specs for the wheels, and I went in and adjusted the mass to lower the mass down a little bit, and hopefully that will help out. We will see. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and they continue to crawl across the floor, and we have problems. I did throw them into the game last night onto a test map after I did that, and fast forwarded time like 10 days, and they didn't crawl across the screen during that. So I don't know if I've got it fixed or not, but I do know that it's at least trying to get fixed. Alright, so today's video is just going to be doing things around the farm to tidy up and get ready for the next harvest. There we go. So that means gathering up all the straw and maybe doing a little run through the fruit orchard. And then we can fast track time into the next day and take care of our potato harvest. That's the game plan anyways. This probably won't be too long of a video today because most of this is just monotonous work. I'll talk about a couple of things and then we'll wrap the video up, and I'm gonna go watch some football, and probably while I'm watching one of the lesser football games, I'll do a lot of this tidying up work off screen, and things that I need to do I can do off screen and take care of. But I did get a response back from Reaper last night in regards to Manchester and the zip folder, because again, yesterday people are having problems with it, and it just, when I got to sit there and help people out, I don't mind helping people out, but having to do it over and over and over again because of the same issue gets old, and trying to get it resolved. But it doesn't seem like he's going to do anything with it until he puts out the final version of the map. He did let me know that he is aware of the issue, but the only response I got from him really is that he would fix it when he put the final version of the map out, which would be very soon. So I don't know what soon is. I don't know if soon is a week or a month or a year. So apparently we'll still be dealing with these issues, and I'll still be getting the emails and things like that. And appreciate some of you guys who are jumping on there ahead of me and trying to help people out. Serious Gamer's real good about jumping on there, and when somebody asks the same question, he pretty much will come back and give them some info, and I appreciate that, because a lot of times you get eyes on it before I do. The issue we were talking about yesterday with Ryan not being able to get things loaded, apparently he had played Manchester before. He was trying to load in the new version of it, but one thing I do believe is he didn't have the map name renamed. Two, he didn't have the map renamed. If he did rename it, he did name it exactly the same. He was trying to put in the new version of the map with the soul mod and use that in a pre-existing game, and I just don't know that you can do that. I think you will have some issues with it. Now, I could be wrong, and somebody who's actually done it can come back and say, nah, you can actually do that. But I would think that you would run into some issues trying to do that, just because the soul mod is a whole nother entity and changes things around a little bit. Yeah, I guess the soul mod isn't part of the map, but it does manipulate some of your save game files. So I'm not sure. I know some things were changed from a previous version of the map to the current version of the map, so like I said, I don't know that that's gonna work for you. But good, best of luck to you, man. If that one I can't answer. I'm curious to see what's going to be in the final version of this map, because I do know he's added in like lavender to his, and I think he was doing cotton as well. So it'll be interesting to see if all that comes out in the final version. And again, I don't know when the final version of that map is expected. Just know that he mentioned it in his response to me yesterday, that he would resolve the file naming issue in the final version of the map. So anyways. Alright, the other reason this recording is going to be a brief one today is because, well, my sinuses are at it again. The weather changes, and I guess also peanut farming the other day has got me messed up still. So I don't want to be sniffing and snorting in the game. What else is going on? The hole hosing I think James Hook responded back today and just said that if you guys read the mod notes, the holes hosing map does not have sheep at all on it. So that is the answer to our question from yesterday. Where are the sheep? They're not on the map. So if you purchased a couple of them in the game, you're gonna have to give yourself some money back, because there are no sheep on Holzhausen apparently. So that is the answer to that one, to whoever was asking. No sheep on the map, and I was not aware of that because, again, I haven't put much time into Holzhausen, other than my only really reason for jumping into it was because they had added the soul mod into it, and I wanted to take a look at it. So at this point, now we know, no sheepy. Let's see, what else? Somebody asked me about the fill planes, how to correct the apples, and if I would do a step-by-step on that. I'm not going to, but I will give you the link to Shy Wizard's video where he shows you how to do that. And again, the only reason you need to do this is if you've got apples appearing in your combine, then you'll want to give it a shot, and it will fix the situation. Now again, you're going to have a copy of the Giants editor, which if you don't have the new Giants editor, you're going to need to go to their website and download it, and just do a Google search for Giants editor, and you'll find a link to their development page. You'll have to create a login account and then download the editor and install it onto your computer, which I highly recommend everybody gets it and goes in there and messes around with it and tries to learn it. And I mean, you're inevitably going to have a situation at some point when you're playing this game where you're going to want to take a tree out or add some trees in or something like that. And who knows, you might have fun manipulating a map a little bit. If it weren't so ridiculous on how to move around in it, I would probably do more with it. But I'm not a big fan of the way that you have to hold down your Alt key or whatever to move, and there is no just moving around, click on this area and you're there, presto. It has to do with mouse movement, so at least that's the only way I've figured out how to move around in that map. Maybe there's an easier way to move, but I haven't seen it. And so yeah, the whole movement thing really drives me nuts. How to position the camera. I want to be able to do it just like I would do a camera position in this game or whatever. It doesn't necessarily work that way. But you're going to, like I said, not to get off the subject, you're going to need the Giants editor, and you're going to need to download Black Rock Valley or whatever to get the fill planes out of there. I did link those in another video before. I'll have to find that video link in the video where I talked about that. I think it's in the soybeans video. If you go look at that, you'll find it in there. But yeah, if you go back where we harvested soybeans during our last harvest, on that video, I think that's where I tied in all the information for Shy Wizard's video, and got everything linked for you on how to get a copy of Black Rock Valley. I want to say that's the name of that map. I hope that's right. And that's where you can get all your field planes. And even in that video, it talks about how to do it. So if you go back and watch the soybean video, I talk about what you'll need to do, and then if you go to Shy Wizard's video and watch it, then he'll walk you through everything that you need to get to put those in. But I'm not going to do a whole video on it because he does a much better job than I ever would with it. Alright. Which, one thing I came to realize yesterday talking to Reaper is, with the final version of this map coming out, guess what? Everything that I did the other day to get the sheds in order, I'm going to have to redo, which means I'll be able to video do a video on making those adjustments to the map file, as well as we can try the whole cultivate, removing the cultivate and fruit GRLE files to get all this to appear. So I'll plan on doing that when a final version of this map does appear. I will do that, and I'll actually record the edits that I do in the Giants editor and get all that for you guys. Make a video out of that. Well, what else? I'm trying to visualize all the comments that were made and that I didn't answer or did answer or whatever that I thought were interesting that I would bring up to you guys. Yeah, I think that's about it. Most of the other comments were on the Hunter. So I think that's about all of them. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Where did we end up? So yeah, I'll get all of this straw picked up today and get the fields ready to go. And then once we get into the next day, what we'll do tomorrow is I'll set up a couple of tractors plowing and do the potato harvest at the same time, and work on that. And we'll start turning these fields so we can plant our next set of crops in them. And we'll see what we can do for another harvest. And I think if the money stays about where we're at, we'll probably start setting up either the pigs or the beef. I'd like to do the beef, I think, first. I've done pigs before. Well, I've done them all but we could do it either way. I don't really care one way or the other. But we'll start another operation up. Start venturing out a little bit more. I guess I should look for another field to get set up as well. The interesting thing now is getting fields balanced after they've gone to neutral or they've gone to negative. All of them, at this point, all the other fields are going to be bone dry. The pH is going to be off, and the nutrients are going to be at 0 on all of them. So getting all of those up to where they need to be is going to be a challenge. But I'm sure we can get it done. Alright. Get all this straw up. So I think what I'll do is get most of the straw up out of this field, or get the straw out of this field, and maybe go harvest some fruit for this episode, and then we will probably call it a day. I can do the other field, like I said, while I'm entertaining myself watching some football. My alma mater doesn't play until late this evening, so I don't have to I will have to find something to do while I watch that game. honestly, that game I pretty much will pay attention to. It's usually the afternoon. It's usually the games that are within the conference that I watch that I'm really not 100% into. Those are usually the games that I can do the hunter or something else like that while the game's going on. Multitask a little bit, but usually when my football team plays, I usually end up paying pretty close attention to them. I do like my college football. Alright. So we get these long passes done, and then I'll do the crossovers and pick them up. I did hit up Reaper to try and talk him into getting a copy of his high crop sprayer that's got the crop guards on them, but he just kind of ignored that one. So I don't guess I'm going to be getting a copy of that, which is fair enough. I wasn't completely nice about that mod when I first got it. It's got its flaws in it. I may have to go into the editor and edit that thing a little bit, because that one reflector on it drives me nuts. I'd love that thing with crop guards on the tires. Alright. Alright, so just about got this field wrapped up. Oh, I gotta sneeze really bad. Hang on. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Hope I'm not getting sick. That would not be good. It's been a while since I've been really sick. I get sinus problems here and there just because of the changing of the seasons and the pollen and the fact that there's 100 million trees on this piece of property. But sick, I don't normally get really sick. Man, I like that I left myself enough room up here to drive around that shed on that side. That's a nice little treat. I'll have to remember that when we make the changes for the final version of the map. As far as the map goes, I plan on sticking with it for a while. I know I talked about it in a video the other day about, you know, being at 40 episodes and should we continue on with Manchester or should we find something new. I may still dig up another map to play as well as Manchester, but I'm still going to stick with it because I'm having fun playing it. We're just getting started with it. It feels like, I mean, we're only doing 4 fields, you know, versus like North Brabant. I think we planted 20 fields at one point. So we really haven't gotten that far into this map yet. So even though it's 40 episodes, it still feels like there's a lot to do. We haven't gotten the beef operation up and running, hadn't gotten the chicken operation up and running. So still think there's a lot to do on this map, so I'll probably keep this series going. But I might start something new. And I know Coleborough is been on the burner. I'm a little hesitant to go back to Coleborough. First of all, because it doesn't have the soul mod on it. Which I think somebody said something about they could put the soul mod on it for me. But at the same time, I think, well, there's some stuff going on that will possibly have a Coleborough public server up. And if that happens, I'll play Coleborough on it and on a public server. And if that happens, then I'll do it on there, and that'll give me a chance to play around with some other people and do some multiplayer stuff again. But in all honesty, I lost interest in it when the soul mod came out on this map, because I wanted the challenge of doing the soul mod. And if I do another map, it will still be a soul mod map. It will not be a generic version. Like, I was looking at is it Two Rivers or Lakeside, I think is the name of it. I mean, you've got Black Rock Valley, Lakeside, that have come out that are all soul mod compatible. They're all ready to go. And why would I do something that doesn't challenge me? And that's the thing. Coleborough was a great looking map, and I liked it, and I still love the map aesthetically. I think it's probably one of the best maps that's been put out for the game. But without the soul mod on it, it doesn't nearly interest me as much as some of the other stuff that's out there. So that's the reason I haven't been back to it. I've been having too much enjoyment out of doing this and doing the soul mod. And that's the thing, there's other people out there who are doing Coleborough and they're just playing it, and that's fine. And you know, what do I bring to the table on that different than what everybody else is doing, other than that was just a map I wanted to play. But I lost interest in it once, like I said, once this one came out with a soul mod in it, then my interest in Coleborough just kind of went away. I don't know that I would. I mean, I don't know. I still like the map and still wouldn't mind playing it some for fun occasionally. And then I say play it for fun. I play all of this for fun. But at the same time, I'm trying to, when I am playing, I'm trying to make content for this channel that is entertaining and enlightening. I don't know that it's really that enlightening. Alright, so get all this cleaned up. And we will move forth. Come on, get that one little spot. I think I'll miss a little bit right over here somewhere. Maybe not. Alright, I don't want to leave too much in the field because it does change the values in that area if I leave it there. Alright. By the way, the John Deere has been added to the mods list. It's listed as JD Pack, and then in the description for it, I changed it to say something like Serious Gamers John Deere Pack or whatever, so you guys would be able to recognize it. But it is there in the mods list now, so if you're looking for it, it's there for you to take a look at. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and grab out this guy here, and we'll take a run over to the orchard real quick and take a look at that. See if those are ready to harvest. I forget when I harvested it last. I might have done it first thing in the morning, and if I did, they're not going to even be ready. See some orange down there. I don't know why I ran the road. I could have run straight through the field to get down to them. Maybe I didn't see orange. Looks like I see a whole lot of green. Yeah, there's a little bit of orange in there. We'll run around here and see where they're at. We can always push time forward a little bit. What do we got? We are at, oh wow, we got a long way to go. I guess those aren't going to be ready until in the morning. What does that give us? 50%. Yeah, they're not going to be ready until in the morning. Huh. Well, fine. We'll wrap up this video then. I'll grab the rest of the straw out of the fields and call it a day at that point. And then tomorrow's video, we'll clean out the orchard. We'll start with 5 o'clock in the morning. We'll clean out the orchard, get that done, and then we'll get to the potato harvest and get that going as well. So that will be where we're at, and we will be moving forward. I know it's a brief video compared to yesterday's hour-and-a-half long one, but yeah, the potato harvest video is going to be just as bad probably, so I might even clean these out before I do the potato harvest. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and get caught up on some things, and we'll do another one tomorrow. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day and enjoy your weekend, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.